Hi guys, me Rusty 78609 in Central Texas, USA, and it is cold. This is December the 19th. It is Monday at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and it's about 28 degrees outside, and it was 18 this morning. That's too damn cold for old Rusty. This is my luxurious studio in my 26-foot bunkhouse Jayco J-Flight travel trailer, which I live in. I have full-time RV for about 24 years now. And I also go camping in a car, a Toyota Prius. Okay, so if you're interested in RVing or car camping or whatever, Prius camping, I have playlists on my homepage. Check them out. Give you a lot of tips and may save you some problems because I had to learn all that stuff the hard way. Anyway, it is a cold day. It is Monday. And what else? I'm going to do a video here. I've looked at about every way possible to go traveling, okay? I mean, of course, I've pulled a travel trailer before. I did rent a Class C motorhome one time for 2 weeks. Pretty expensive, too. And, but I did find out, a Class C, not bad. They're not very fuel efficient, but pulling a travel trailer ain't much better. You get about maybe 10. With a diesel, you get about 15 maybe. I'm not sure what they get. I've never had a diesel either. But anyway, so I've looked at, travel trailers, Class C's, Class A's, Class B's, vans, building converting a van, but then you got to have a high box so you can stand up because would like to stand up. They also make the NV200, the little Nissan vans. And, they're very fuel efficient, but they're a little small. And, for me, I couldn't live in one. And so I can't have a two home, so to speak, because I don't have that much money. I don't want it anyway. So the other day I stumbled into a thing about, I saw this guy that had a video a guy had built out a U-Haul and was living in it. And I thought, well, that's interesting. I'll check on that. So I did. And before I get into it, I want to give you some information. A fellow left a comment about my comment, and it says, just a note about buying commercial vehicles. In some states, they will not allow you to retitle it or register it as a non-commercial vehicle. Okay? And what that means is that your insurance would be higher, also your interest rate on your loan. And if the truck is over a certain weight, you may need a CDL or a commercial driver's license, okay? However, in Texas, as far as I know, because I did check, and I was looking at a commercial van, not a U-Haul, but a commercial van, and I checked with Geico, and they said, well, yeah, if I say it's going to be for personal use, then they would insure it as a personal vehicle. Therefore, I wouldn't have to pay the higher insurance premium. Also in Texas, I checked with Austin Telco, which is a credit union, and they told me that if I tell them it's going to be 100% personal use, then they would make the loan as a personal vehicle. So, but anyway, those are things you need to be aware of because that's what happens when you start out on these little trails is you start hitting the bumps. You understand what I mean? You start finding out the reality. But anyway, the way to find out about a U-Haul, number one, or living in a U-Haul, just do a search on YouTube for living in a U-Haul. That's it, or U-Haul living, something like that. And you'll find several people that are doing it and have built out U-Hauls. And you can also find U-Haul trucks from the 10 to 14 feet and even longer for sale by just do a Google search for U-Haul U-Haul trucks for sale. Because what U-Haul does, they buy thousands of trucks and they have to turn them and when they get to around 100,000 miles, they put them up for sale. And they have dealers that handle that for them in certain areas all over the USA. So no matter where you live, you'll be able to find somebody that's selling those old U-Haul vehicles, the trucks and the trailers, okay? You can find them all. And anyway, I did the search. I went and I was going to do a video. I was going to go look at a U-Haul and do the video of the U-Haul, but everybody knows what a U-Haul truck looks like, right? And ain't much to see inside them. It's just an empty square box. And that's good if you're going to build something out, because when you build out a van, the walls are not perfectly straight. They're kind of curved a little bit for the aerodynamics of the vehicle, and to kind of give you a little space on the sides too, I guess. But so you can do it. People have done it. And as far as the fuel efficiency of now the one I looked at, or I did look at a couple actually, I looked at a 2006. It's a Ford E450, 14-foot truck. It's a U-Haul, an old one, and the price is $10,495. It's got 100,085 miles. It's got a 4-star rating. The guys that put it up for sale rate it, and it's gas, of course. And this one is located in Austin, Texas. And you can find it. You just do a search for U-Haul truck sales, Austin, Texas, if you wanted to do that one. But you'll find them all over the USA. But again, this is 2006 gasoline with 100,000 miles. But the one thing upside about the U-Haul, as opposed to buying it from someone else, is U-Haul excuse me, has a regular maintenance schedule. Every 5,000 miles, they pull those vehicles in and check them, not only because they want them to run farther, but for safety reasons, because they don't want to send something out there on the road that has a ball joint problem or some kind of mechanical deficiency, and somebody get injured and sue the hell out of U-Haul, and then their insurance premiums go through the ceiling. So, having said all that, the potential for building out a U-Haul is there. The fuel efficiency of the U-Haul is the one I have the specs on here is a 14-footer. Okay, it's a box 14-foot, and it says that the fuel economy is 11 to 12 miles per gallon. Which is, again, it's automatic, depends on how you drive, la-da-da-da-da. But, a Class C motorhome, say a 22-footer, which, the total length, let's see if it shows the total length. It doesn't. It shows the box at 14 feet, so add another. So you're looking at about 20 feet for the entire length of this vehicle. So, comparably a 21, 22-foot Class C, and those are going to get, around 10 miles to the gallon. So the gas mileage between a Class C already built out and a U-Haul that you're going to build out, about the same. Now the difference in price is going to be significant, because a 2006 Class C motorhome in reasonable condition, one thing, normally they'll have less miles, because the people that buy Class C motorhomes, most people are not living in them. They're using them 2 or 3 times a year. So you'll find a lot of them with low mileage. You can find some with around 50,000 or even less mileage. But the thing there is, see what the difference there is. See, U-Haul, they're changing those tires out, or putting new tires on their vehicles whenever they have to, because to meet the safety guidelines. And I don't know when a tire expires, but 5 years or less is 5 years about as far as you're going to go without having some problems, even if you just had it parked. Okay, because the tires they just deteriorate, and a set of tires for a Class C or a 14-foot box truck U-Haul, it's going to be a lot of money. But most of the times, like in this one, it shows, the tires let's see, it shows, on this one, it shows tires, rims, good condition, and that's all of them. You got 6 tires on that box truck, same way on a Class C motorhome. So, again, the advantage there is to the U-Haul, because they are maintaining it. Now, an individual or these corporations that rent, if it's a corporation that rents RVs, then they're doing the same thing like U-Haul. They're maintaining it. So you're probably better off buying that, even though it's got more miles. If you buy from an individual, those tires may be 5 or 6 years old, so you're going to have to replace those. That's going to cost you a couple of $1,000s, or maybe some other mechanical issues that the owner wasn't aware of, and there you are stuck with them. So, advantage again, U-Haul or rental companies for the RVs. The dimensions are very, very interesting, all right? And what I like, of course, you got a 14-foot box. The floor inside is 10 feet 9 inches by 7 feet 7 inches. Okay, it's about 11, say approximately 11 feet long, and the width is approximately 8 feet. That's almost exactly the same as a Class C motorhome. The back box outside width is 8 feet. Most Class C motorhomes are going to be 8 feet. The wheelbase is 158 inches. But the good thing I like, the inside height is 7 feet 2 inches. So I'm 6'2". I've got a full foot of clearance. Gives you plenty of space. Another thing you can do, of course, it's got a roll-up door in the back that would have to be replaced, or else some kind of modifications would have to be done there. And as far as getting into the box van, you're going to have to come up with some sort of steps or something. That ain't going to be a problem. You figure out something there pretty damn cheap, believe me. And because it says right here, the bumper to bumper length is 21 feet 6 inches. Okay, and let's see, that doesn't help you any. Okay. It says top to ground height is 11 inches. That's the clearance from the bottom of the vehicle at 11 inches. That's quite a bit of clearance. So you could go out boondocking, and they all come with air conditioning, AM, FM radio. They got power brakes. This surprised me. They got 4-wheel disc anti-lock brakes. It's got a 37-gallon gas tank. Average, say, well, let's just say you knock that down to 10 for easy figures. You got a 370-mile range, which is pretty good. You got a 115 amp alternator. You got tinted glass, airbags, power steering, interval wipers, heavy-duty front springs, heavy-duty shocks. You can also tow a car because they all come with a towing package, every one of them. And this one is a 6.8-liter V10 gas. It's got a 5-speed overdrive transmission, which helps the mileage a little bit. And this one has a 456 rear-end gear ratio. And it also comes, which I think is great, with an auxiliary transmission oil cooler. And that's a big plus because that'll extend the life of that transmission. Am I trying to sell U-Haul trailers? No. But for the difference, if you buy a used 22-foot Class C RV that's in reasonable condition, it's going to cost you $20,000 to $25,000. I mean, I've checked. And for that, if you have the money, then you're probably better off buying a U-Haul. If you don't mind what they look like. I mean, if you're just going to live in it, and you're not, full of vanity, then what's wrong with it? I like it myself. Will I do it? No, probably not. And the reason is I'm not handy with tools, and you need to be to build one of these things out. And number two, you got to have the tools. I don't have any. I got a screwdriver and a pair of pliers. That's about it. So you need all the tools, and you need to know what the hell you're doing. Because what you can do, and I think it would be genius, it would be to add solar. Add you about 200 watts of solar. Put you some windows in it. Put you one of those cute little vent fans in the ceiling that not only sucks air but blows, and then put you a pathway between the box and the cab. And all that can be done if you're handy with all those cute little tools and saws and crap that could do that. And for those of you that have that knowledge and the tools, hell, man, why not? Because I'm just going to guess, let's just say you buy the unit, if they're asking 11, you get it for 10, so then you put in 5 build out, hey man, for 15,000, you got a pretty nice setup. You know what I mean? And will it go boondocking? You damn right it will. Will it pull a car? Yep, it sure will. And you're going to get the same mileage as a Class C that costs nearly twice as much. So, am I for this? I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of interesting comments, and I hope I do, because for those, there, it occurred to me, and I said it this morning in a video. Since I did a video recently related to uh, running on the economic treadmill, you know what I mean? It's called the hamster wheel, where you're just working harder to buy more stuff, and you buy more stuff, and you got to get more money to pay for the stuff you bought, and so you're just going, and you ain't getting anywhere, and your credit card debt's killing you. Okay, you got 20% fees and all kind of shit, and there you are. And next thing you know, you turn around, you got $10,000-$20,000 worth of debt that you ain't ever going to get paid off. And going bankrupt today is very damn difficult, because they made it that way intentionally. Because it used to be you just paid a fee and that's pretty much the end of it. Do a Chapter 7, you cleared out all your debt and even got rid of your IRS stuff. But now a lot of that's changed. But having said that, what occurred to me is a lot of people are coming down the mountain. A lot of people want to get away from this this thing that's got a hold of them, and get out there and enjoy themselves. Get away from that debt. And for those that are paying, high property taxes on homes and stuff, I know a lot of those people are bailing out. I mean, I know what people pay in property taxes around here on homes, and it's scary, man. I mean, and hell, we got people around here with lakefront property that pay close to $20,000 or more in some cases. Of course, those are big homes, but hey, dog. And if you're one street off the lake, you're paying around $12,000 a year property taxes. But having said all that, this is just a thought, for you guys that are interested in building out vans and living in a van or living in a car and all this sort of thing. And I know there's a lot of you interested in that. Check out the U-Hauls. Why not? I mean, the worst thing that can happen, you don't like it or it doesn't work, but look into it, because if you're handy with tools and you have the time and you have the tools, it would be fun. It really would. And I'd say start off slow, just put in what you need and then add. Once you're living in the unit, set it up so you can live in it, and then add as you go. Add as you go. If you have to, get your little portable generator, and there's Lowe's and Home Depots all over the United States, and as you're traveling around, add a little here, add a little there, and next thing you know, you got it done. Longest journey begins with a single step. Okay? Got it. Anyway, Rusty 78609, Central Texas, USA. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy USA made when you can, if you can. It's hard to do sometimes. Drink plenty of water. Take deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Stretch. Walk for exercise. Keep your health. Otherwise, it won't do you any good to build anything with it. Anyway, adios, guys. Bye-bye.